Next we are going to deal with the third module. In the third module, before that we can say that up to second module we are dealt with or studied the DCs, but in the module 3 we are going to study the topic of AC. Okay, why we are using AC than DC, or what are the advantages of AC or DC? First one is AC can be stepped up or stepped down efficiently by means of a transformer. It can be easily stepped up or stepped down, but in the case of a DC, it is not possible. Then next one is AC motors are cheaper and simpler in construction than DC motor. Next one is the switch gear, that is example switches, circuit breaker, etc. For AC system is simpler than DC system. Switch gear, I think switchgear is a new term for you. Switchgear is a device used in the power system for high level voltages to switches and isolate the system. And their system is called switchgear. That is a circuit breaker, switches, isolators, etc. All are called as switchgear. Okay, these are the three main advantages of an AC over DC. Next, we need to know what is alternating voltage and current. What is alternating voltage and current? We know that in the for a direct current, we have a constant value with respect to time axis. So it will be a constant one. But in the alternating voltage, the quantity of whether it is alternating voltage or alternating current, it will have an alternating nature. So comparing to or referring this figure 1, first one, if you are applying an alternating voltage, for an instance we can say that there is plus minus situation. So current will flow from positive to negative through R, that is in a clockwise direction. In the next instant, this polarity can be changed. So the current again flows from positive to negative through R, but in the opposite direction, that is it is in the clockwise direction. So we can say that for the first instant it is in the clockwise direction, then it is in the anti-clockwise direction. Similarly, it will alternate. That's why it is called as alternating voltage or alternating current. So a voltage which changes its polarity at regular intervals of time is called an alternating voltage, that we have said. When an alternating voltage is applied in a circuit, the current flows in one direction and then in opposite direction. It is shown one in one direction, then in opposite direction. The direction of current at any instant depends upon the polarity of the voltage. So we can say that the direction of current is depends upon the polarities. That is shown in the first figure and second figure, because if the polarity is like plus minus, the current will flows in the clockwise direction. If it is minus plus, it flows in the anti-clockwise direction. So we can say that we should note that current will flow from higher potential to lower potential. So this alternation is called alternating voltage or current. Then we can say that this is called alternating current because the current flows in alternate directions in the circuit. Then we need to know what will be the shape of a alternating voltage or current by naturally, or we are generating the alternating voltage or alternating current or supply, or we can say that simply current, by using alternator. Okay, alternator is a big generator, that's why it is called alternator. Commercial alternators, that's the term we are using. It produces sinusoidal alternating voltage, that is alternating voltage is a sine wave. Why? Because generator is rotating in 360 degree electrical degree. So considering that, this waveform will also be in a sinusoidal wave. A sinusoidal alternating voltage can be produced by rotating a coil with a constant angular velocity in a uniform magnetic field. You should know that what will be the construction of an alternator. One second, before that I will write here. For an alternator, there will be a rotor as well as there will be a stator. There are two chances whether rotor will be of a magnet and stator will be of a conductor, or whether rotor will be of a conductor and stator will be of a magnet. Okay, so we already studied that what is dynamically induced EMF, statically induced EMF, and we seen that whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic field, there will induce an EMF. That's the principle we are using in this sinusoidal alternate generator or commercial alternator. So the sinusoidal alternating voltage can be expressed by the equation V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where V is the instantaneous value of alternating current. Vm, that is shown here. Vm is the maximum value of alternating voltage. Omega is the angular velocity of the coil. Suppose we are drawing any voltage waveform like this. This will be the omega t time axis. This will be the instantaneous voltage V. So this will be the Vm. Okay, this will be the Vm. Then sinusoidal voltage always produces a sinusoidal current unless the circuit is non-linear. Non-linear, if it is not non-linear, then it will always produce a sinusoidal voltage. Therefore, a sinusoidal current can be expressed in the same way as a voltage, that is Im sin omega t. This is the figure shown for voltage and this is the figure shown for current. The sinusoidal voltage or current not only changes direction at regular intervals, but the magnitude is also changing continuously. We can say that it is starting from 0 to again it reaches to 0 in pi, then 0 to 0 in the negative through negative halves, that is up to 2 pi. So 180 degree for 0 to pi, 180 degree positive half cycle, then next 180 degree is coming in the negative half cycle. Total it comes in the 360 degree